Good afternoon, everybody. It's been an all right week. It's been pretty good. Happy late Thanksgiving to anyone who celebrated that on Thursday, and happy late last Thursday for people who didn't. Anyway, it's been good. This week has been kind of crunch time for me. Not because I had any pressing deadlines, but just because I had a lot to do. I have a portfolio project coming up for school, and I had classes that are finishing up. I was trying to apply for a bunch of jobs. I've applied for about, I don't know, I feel like it's 200. Maybe that's too high of a number across all platforms over the past couple months. So it's been a lot. Real crunch time. But that's okay because it's moving in the right direction. I'm just tired of it. So we're taking a break this week. We're going to take it really easy. I'm going to focus on doing my portfolio project for school. And that's pretty much it. I told my wife I won't be applying to any more jobs in December, which it feels like such a weight off my chest that I don't have to worry about it, at least for a month. So I'm giving myself a break. And I know I talked about that in the Reddit video, like the importance of giving yourself breaks. I'm really terrible at that. I'm thinking about it today in church. I'm built like a sled dog. I just like to pull at stuff. And so it's hard for me to like disengage and take a break, but we're taking a break this week. So it'll be this month really. So it'll be nice. This week, kind of my biggest takeaway, I guess, was probably the intricacies of job hunting. And I guess for people who are in that position, just because it's on the front of my mind, it's present, and this is what this video journal is going to help me digest it, but hopefully it's also helpful to somebody. I've learned a couple of things over the past couple weeks, and I guess I wanted to share them here. If you're interested, I will be writing up a fuller, more thought out document on it on Substack and LinkedIn. If you're interested in that, I'll share it in either a comment, or I'll try to post it as a post here if I can swing that. I'm not sure if YouTube will let me yet, but here is the breakdown of what I've learned in the past couple of weeks. First off, it's a numbers game. Economically, at least in the United States, the job market is falling apart quickly just because of where we are in the economic cycle. And so there are less jobs now than there were in like 2022. So that's something you just have to deal with, and you have to keep applying, because also some of those jobs aren't even ones that are actually hiring. They're what are called ghost jobs, which are just jobs employers have left open to make their company look good, or to help the Federal Reserve out, or to make it look like their company's growing, motivate employees, etc., etc. But they're not actually hiring for those positions. So sometimes you do run into those. And I wish I could tell you like, hey, these are the signs of a ghost job, but it's hard to tell. But you just have to keep applying, because eventually you'll find the right one. Also, keep your options open, I guess. My father always told me when I was growing up, and it's something I really do believe, that you want to open doors, not close them. And so as you're applying for jobs, don't shut anything down because you might not like it at the time. There's one job path that I'm actually looking at in a more favorable light because of some things that I've learned. And if I had decided not to apply for any of those positions, then I wouldn't be able to have that shift of mindset and have that door open to me should I decide to take it. And I think that applies for most jobs. You never know what you might actually resonate with. Sure, you can have a good idea, and I'm not saying you don't, but you may find that your skill set, your attitude, your personality vibes really well with a job you never would have expected to be taking. And so you don't want to close yourself off to those opportunities if at all possible. I know the big grind set gurus on the internet now are all telling you, like, focus on one thing. And I think to a point that's true. Like in high school, if I had really pushed towards one thing, I would have gotten a lot better at that thing. But also, when you get into the position where you're looking for your next job or your next career change, it's okay to be a little bit creative and open to other options. Finally, I would say don't use Indeed. Don't use the job platforms. That's where I've done mostly, and it's what I'm going to stop doing into the future as I start applying for jobs next spring. Because oftentimes, I guess not often, that's too tight of a word, but in many cases, from what I've heard, the jobs either have been filled and haven't been updated, or they don't exist at all. One HR person I was listening to on Reddit described how when she was on the other side of Reddit, she saw how it was scraping for jobs that didn't exist, jobs at her company that weren't there. They were just taking jobs that were on the company's website and repackaging them to make it look like there's a job opening. So the way you get around that, just go straight to the companies. And I know my father and other people in my life have told me that, but I really haven't listened just because it seems so easy with that easy apply button on LinkedIn or Indeed, you know what I mean? But you're going to get better results if you just go straight to the company. So that's what I'll be doing in the future. Like I said, still wrapping my thoughts around this one. There will be a better, more in-depth write-up when I get around to it next week. But for now, that's it for this week. So have a wonderful start to December and see you all next week.